The headlines say, China is the future, the strongest economy on Earth, a superpower in the making. But behind the glittering skylines, behind the smiling press conferences in Beijing, behind the propaganda, something is rotting. Entire cities are dying. 65 million empty homes. A debt bomb the size of Germany's economy. And in 2026, the music finally stopped. If you own a 401k, a home, or a single share of a company that touches China, which is nearly all of them, you're about to find out what the Second Great Depression looks like. Chapter 1. The Concrete Graveyards. On the high plains of Inner Mongolia, there is a city called Ordos Kangbashi. It was designed to hold 1 million people. It holds, depending on which census you trust, somewhere between 70,000 and 100,000. The streets are wide. The plazas are immaculate. There is a museum shaped like a giant brass insect, an opera house, a public library big enough to serve a European capital. There is almost nobody to use any of it. Drive an hour outside Tianjin and you'll find the same thing. 40 miles south of Shanghai, the same thing. Across Hebei, Shaanxi, Yunnan, the same thing. China is dotted with somewhere between 50 and 65 ghost cities. Entire metropolitan areas built from nothing in under a decade, with apartment towers stacked 30 stories tall and not a single curtain in a single window. Western media has been laughing at these places since 2010. Drone footage, lonely tumbleweed shots. The narrative was always the same. China overbuilt. China is a bubble. China will collapse any minute now. For 15 years, that prediction was wrong. Apartments kept getting bought. Prices kept climbing. Local governments kept selling land. The system kept moving. Now in 2026, it isn't moving anymore. According to estimates pulled from China's own National Bureau of Statistics, there are now between 65 and 80 million empty apartment units across the country. That's enough housing to shelter the entire population of Germany. Twice. In a normal economy, an empty home is just supply waiting for a buyer. In China's economy, an empty home is a savings account, a pension, a wedding dowry, a college fund, a retirement plan. Real estate isn't a sector of the Chinese economy, it is the Chinese economy. Around 70% of household wealth in China sits inside property. In the United States, the comparable figure is closer to 25%. So when the value of those homes drops by 20%, 30%, 40%, it isn't a market correction. It is a generational wipeout. And the wipeout is already underway. Please subscribe and stay tuned for Part 2.